Beautiful Barbados.
Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC News Break. A 47-year-old man was killed after two armed men invaded his St. Lucie home late last night. He's been identified as Andre Hines of Northumberland. Hines died after he was shot during an altercation with the men sometime after 10. He died at the scene. Now, anyone who can provide any information to assist with these investigations is asked to contact the police emergency at telephone number 211, Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477, Crab Hill Police Station at 310-7700 or 310-7701 or the nearest police station. The Barbados Workers Union is concerned about crime and violence on the island, and General Secretary Tony Moore says a resolution on peace will be discussed during the union's 75th Delegates Conference, which comes off tomorrow.
These violent and criminal actions may actually be inspired by circumstances within which individuals find themselves, and that is being said without making excuse for all people who seek to commit violent or criminal actions. The Barbados Workers Union, in debating the resolution for peace, is hoping that we can encourage all actors, not just the government, but the union is challenging itself and challenging employers, that we should redouble our efforts in whatever way to reduce the incidents of discomfort that may propel persons who would otherwise not engage in criminal activity in that direction.
The National Council on Substance Abuse has expressed concern about drug use by girls. According to a manager at the NCSA, Betty Hunt, the involvement of girls between 12 and 18 in drug use is presenting a major challenge for that department. She assured the NCSA will leave no stone unturned in its quest to overcome new challenges surfacing in the fight against illegal drugs in Barbados. Ms. Hunt was speaking following a ceremony to present 52 people from across various agencies with their Proctor Training and Certification Program for Drug Abuse and Violence Prevention certificates at the NCSA. 50 people who have made an outstanding contribution to the island's development since independence will be recognized and rewarded the Barbados Jubilee Honor for the 50th anniversary of independence. Barbadians are invited to nominate their fellow citizens or people eligible for citizenship living at home or abroad for the award. Selected areas include entrepreneurship, education, science and technology, cultural arts, business, innovation, sports, medicine, civil society, public service, or the labor movement. Nomination forms and further information on criteria, along with pre-addressed envelopes, may be collected from the Cabinet Office, Government Headquarters, Bay Street, all post offices, branch libraries, Cave Shepherd's Information Desk, Broad Street. The regional security system is now in a better position to protect the borders of the Caribbean. That's because the A2 C-26 surveillance aircraft, which was sent to the U.S. to be refurbished and upgraded, has been returned. And it has a number of features that will make the Caribbean a much safer place. Executive Director of the RSS, Grantley Watson, says protecting the borders should be first priority. He was speaking at the handing over ceremony of the aircraft at Sewell, Christchurch.
Now, in the return of the second surveillance asset, therefore, and integrated with coastal radars, the cooperative sensor and information integration, systems technologies, and other tools and tactics, the RSS now has increased capability to act individually and collectively to sense and see what is happening in our waters and on our land spaces, in order to stop the flow of drugs, guns, and other illicit activity that undermines our safety and development.
From its developmental assistance to budgetary support, the delegation of the European Union to Barbados, under the leadership of Ambassador Michael Barford, has had an impact on the island and others in the Eastern Caribbean. Ambassador Barford, who is returning to Brussels, was the toast of the night as a farewell function was held in his honor. The outgoing envoy says the EU delegation is undergoing some change. He says over the years, the delegation has become a household name as it coordinated the EU's position in the Eastern Caribbean.
At the political level, we have made more efforts to coordinate EU positions in Eastern Caribbean in our regular EU heads of missions meeting. And tonight we have the UK is present at ambassador level. We have made joint missions, we have made demarches and visits to the prime ministers on particular issues. So the EU has come together in many different and very important issues. And I've also enjoyed the more informal cooperation with other like-minded ambassadors here in Barbados and with the honorary consuls. All that has gone very well.
Ambassador Barford, however, expressed disappointment at the slow pace of integration.
We think that treaties are in place, Jogaramas and Bastere, but that progress to reach the goals of free movement of goods, services and people could be implemented much faster, perhaps with stronger political will as a driver.
We'll have regional and international news after this break.